Hi, welcome to another Monday meditation. So, hello to all the occupiers of White City Place. Thanks for joining. And I just want to bring some awareness to Mental Health Week, Mental Health Awareness Week, that's happening in the UK this week. And yeah, it's a really good it's a good subject to bring into meditation. But I'll get onto that part of things in a moment. But the thing with mental health awareness is it's not just for yourself. Um, you might be feeling fine, but for other people as well. So we have a thing in Australia called Are You Okay Day, where really you just take time out to check in with other people. Um, Community is everything. When we're feeling down, we need each other so much. So really, it's just this idea of checking in. So if you're feeling okay, mental health awareness week does still apply to you. Just be aware of other people around you. You can maybe check in with how they're going, or sometimes just people need to talk. So that's one part of it. Um, and then the other part of it, which is much bigger, is if you're feeling down, you're feeling a little bit depressed yourself. I just want to separate that, by the way, from clinical depression. Um, we all suffer from depression to varying degrees at some point in our lives, particularly in this Western world where we are so driven and we have so many choices coming at us. Life is coming at us fast, so it's no surprise that we have lots of breakdowns. And you can look at it as a breakdown in the mechanics of your brain. It's struggling to maintain equilibrium. But what I wanted to really mention with mental health is when you are in that position of feeling low, down, depressed, um, it's it's also good to know that it's okay to feel like that. We try to um, bat away these feelings, or why can't I feel better? And it's really, really difficult to do that when you're in the state. Um, it's a very mindful state to be in, because it's very difficult to think about anything else. You're just feeling this sensation of depression. This feeling of feeling really down and heavy. Um, but I wanted to really say that you have to be kind to yourself on those days. So it's an idea of allowing yourself, give yourself the permission to feel like that. It's okay. It's okay. We all have those days, and it's okay to feel like that. So allowing yourself the permission takes away the extra pressure um, for having to tackle it, to get rid of it, to feel better, to be happy. When you allow yourself that time and that space, um, and don't berate yourself for it, then that also helps. So we don't want to give ourselves a hard time for feeling depressed. And the other thing is that when you're in that place, it's very difficult to remember these things, because it's difficult to be rational. Um, and not unlike stress. I mean, depression is a form of stress, when things are a little bit out of sorts. What that does is it can constrict blood flow, blood flow to the executive functioning of your brain, and that then causes that idea of brain fog. We have that feeling where we can't really kind of work it out. We don't know what's going on, um, and so that is why sometimes it's a good chance just to go. You know what? It's okay. That's all I have to remember. It's okay to feel like this. This too will pass. So finding kindness to yourself, um, and not getting upset or angry with yourself for feeling down, trying to work it out. Sometimes there is no rationale, and this just has to pass. So I just want to give you that to yourself, to really be kind to yourself. Look after you, by not judging yourself too much. Okay. A really beautiful expression is comparison is the thief to joy. And we're either comparing ourselves to others, or interestingly, we are comparing ourselves to who we think we should be, or, oh, this isn't really me. I shouldn't be feeling like this. You're comparing yourself to another time, um, another, yeah, another personality trait, another time when you were happy and you want to be that person again. We compare ourselves all the time. Just sometimes you have to um, allow it to be. So, I'm trying to see if there's anything else I wrote down to mention about the Mental Health Awareness Week. Um, yeah, no, that's really it from me in terms of being kind to yourself. Just being kind to yourself and looking out for others. So just use this week to maybe keep an eye and see if anybody that you know, or even people, strangers on the street, you could smile to. That could be the biggest highlight of their day sometimes. So, yes. So, we're going to do a meditation kind of based around this idea of being kind to yourself. Um, Compassionate meditation is one that is really, it's really shown a lot of really great results through any mindfulness meditation studies, because you can react to it quite quickly by bringing in the emotions of compassion, the sense of that emotion. So we'll be doing a meditation around that. Yeah. So let's just start. Why not? So there, yeah. Just actually, before you close your eyes, just allow your eyes to rest on anything in your space, in your room, anything at all. And while you're doing that, just listening out for sounds around your space. At the moment where I am, it's quite windy outside, so I can kind of hear the trees moving a little bit. My windows are creaking a bit because of the wind. So, any sounds at all that are happening right now, allow yourself to be here at the moment, not worrying about the past, not worrying about the future, not worrying about anything other than just knowing where you are right now in your room with the sounds, and then close your eyes. Now, the sounds that you might have been hearing might have got a little bit louder when you close your eyes. When we lose one of the senses, in this case, our sight, everything else becomes a little bit more finely tuned. So the sounds will present themselves maybe a little bit louder. And then just notice how you're breathing without changing your breath. Try not to change it, just notice it. And you can notice the breath coming in and out of your body. And just taking a little awareness to how you're feeling right now. Sometimes it's hard to work out how we're feeling. We ask ourselves, it's kind of like, oh, I don't know, haven't really thought about it. Try not to think about it, just get a sense of how you're feeling. It might be relaxed, it might be irritated, it might be out of breath, it could be sad, it Could be feeling quite happy or excited or anxious. And then just quietly say to yourself, it's okay to feel like this. Come back to your breath, noticing it coming in and out of your body. And again, just repeating, it's okay to feel like this. Again, coming back to the breath. And notice where it comes in. Is it through your nose, through your mouth? How far into your body does the breath go? Does it reach the chest? Does it reach the rib cage? Does it reach the abdomen? Don't worry if it doesn't. You're just noticing for now this normal breath coming in and out of your body. And follow the breath on its journey. So feel it come in through your face, the nose or the mouth, travel down the back of your throat, and wherever it expands inside your body, whether it's your chest or your diaphragm or your belly, just noticing that, and then noticing the breath leaving you again. Notice this outward path, how it comes back out the same way it went in. So the entrance and the exit are the same. And you're just kind of creating this loop of breath coming in and out. Now we're going to increase that breath. We're going to do a conscious breath exercise in a moment. I will tell you when and I will count you in. But what we're going to be doing is breathing in for 6, and then we're going to be breathing out for 7 or 8. But what I'd like you to try and do is at the top of the in-breath, when we get to the number 6, I want to see if you can try and round the corner of the breath. So you gently start to breathe out and then really take that breath down in steps, down to 7 or 8 as you breathe out. And we're going to breathe in like that 5 times, but in between each breath, we're going to take a normal breath. Okay, so we're just observing. Become your own observer. See what happens. But when I count to 3, I want you to get rid of all of your breath. So when I count to 3, just push out all of your breath. All right, so breathing in, 2, 3, let it all go. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn the corner and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Push out the last bit. 8. Normal breath in, normal breath out. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Round the corner. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let it all go. Normal breath in, normal breath out. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Round the bend. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Normal breath in and out. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn the bend and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Breathing in normally and breathing out. Last one. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let it go. Normal breathing. And while we're just doing this normal breathing, I just want you to take a scan in your body, pretty much really around your torso, because that's where we can hold on to our emotions in our gut. So just in your torso now, just focusing in there and just seeing how it feels physically. Quite often that will match our emotion. So in other words, if we're feeling anxious, we might feel a little bit knotted or tight in the stomach. If we're feeling very super relaxed, that might feel very nice and loose. If we're feeling happy or excited for any reason, we might feel the chest expand a bit. Just noticing how it is in your body. You might just feel a heavy slump, and that is okay. If you do feel a heavy slump, let that ground you. If you do feel happy and excited, let that lift you. Being okay with either way. Let's take our attention to our feet now. Doesn't matter how you're sitting at all. Just take your attention to your right big toe and see if you can get a sense of where that is from the inside without moving it. Try not to move your right toe. Just see if you can take your attention there. And then move from the right toe underneath your foot. So you're aware of the ball of your foot. And then just tracing in your mind's eye up to the instep. So in between the ball and the heel of your foot. That nice kind of softer, smoother skin right in the middle of your foot. And imagine that somebody has been pressing their thumb gently into that space. Get an idea of what that feels like from the inside. As if somebody's just left their impression there. And you can feel the skin on the sole of the foot from where the thumb was. And then gently tracing to your heel, your round heel, which might feel dry or smooth. Not that you're touching it, you're not needing to touch anything, you're just sensing all of this from the inside. No need to move any part of your body. In fact, try not to if you can help it. Unless you're uncomfortable, then you must move. And then just going into the right ankle. Now, thinking about the right ankle alone can also just soften it, just by thinking about it. So see if you can let go of the right ankle just by thinking about it. And then tracing up to the right calf muscle, really heavy muscle, up to the knee, inside the knee, and then tracing up the right thigh all the way into the hip socket. Another very overused joint. So imagine softening there, just like you did with the ankle. Even if nothing happens, doesn't matter. Just take your awareness there. Nothing matters. It's all fine. You're doing just great as you are. And then going to your left foot, your left big toe, getting a sense of that. And then going straight to the sole of your left foot, just like you did on the right foot. So, right in the middle of the ball of your foot and the heel. Again, imagine that somebody's had their thumb pressing against that space so that you get an idea of where that area of your foot is from the inside. Going up the foot towards the back, turning the corner of the heel, just going around that bend and into your ankle bone. Same thing as the other side, just softening there. And also just noticing your face is relaxed. Quite often, when we change our focus, whether it's from the breath to the body scans, we can quite often focus and therefore constrict muscles. So just see if you can have a relaxed focus. All right, so up the left calf muscle. Just feeling the weight of that, feeling it really softening just by thinking about it. And then the outside of the left knee, this time the kneecap, just getting an idea of that tougher bone that slides to make our movement easier. And then going along the top of the thigh and into the hip on the left side. Bring your awareness now right into the center of your body. So you've got the pelvis with the tummy button at the front, the belly at the front, and the sacrum at the back. And just getting a sense of grounding into that, like the root of a tree, the stump of a tree, just sinking into the earth. And then just coming back to your breath again. Back to what we did at the very beginning, noticing it coming in and out. And then again, come back to your belly, come back to the sacrum, back into that center space. And again, feeling that groundedness. And as you feel the groundedness, feeling the weight of your pelvis into the floor, I want you then to take your mind's eye from the sacrum, the bottom of your spine, all the way up your spine, right up to the back of your neck. So you've got this grounding with your pelvis either into the floor or the seat that you're sitting on. It doesn't matter how you're sitting. You've got this groundedness as you allow gravity to take you, but then you've also got this lifting away from that groundingness through your spine. And you might feel the spine kind of getting a little bit longer, um, just by kind of sitting up a little bit straighter, not even deliberately, just by taking your mind's eye there, feeling like you're zipping up a jacket, going up the spine all the way to the top of the neck. And then relaxing into that. Try not to kind of sit up too poker straight, just allow yourself to be comfortable. And then just imagine that somebody has their hands on either side of your head, just over your ears, just supporting your head and just putting it into a position that sits on top of your neck, nice and easily. Doesn't tilt back, it doesn't tilt forward, doesn't go to the left or the right. So it's kind of centralizing that space. but it's a loving kindness with those hands. It's very, very gentle. And then imagine that one of those hands has just gone to the crown of your head. You just placed the hand flat on the crown of your head so you can feel the presence of the hand on your head and give you a really good idea of where the crown sits and how you feel that from the inside out. And now both of those hands have come around to the front of your face and they're just smoothing your cheeks out to the side. It's like a loving parent. And just feeling that compassion and allowing your face to soften. So allow your lower jaw to sink, to relax. Let the tongue sit in the lower palate up against the teeth. And again, noticing the breath coming in and out. Now those same loving hands have then gone back to the top of your head. So both hands are on the crown, and then just stroking down the back of your head until they reach the shoulders, and a very gentle guiding of the shoulders away from your ears. So, very gentle movement with those hands that you can imagine, those loving hands, just allowing yourself to sink into that space. And feeling supported, feeling loved. And now I want you to take your awareness outside of your body. And by this I mean that you become the observer. So, what I want you to imagine is that you are sitting opposite yourself as you are right now. So, if you were sitting in front of a mirror, this is what it would look like. You're looking at yourself. So, you're looking at yourself as you are in this moment, sitting with your eyes closed and meditating. And I want you to really look at yourself from this observer, from these different eyes. And look at yourself and see if you can determine what it is that you need. And it's really helpful to use your name. So, for example, if I was looking at myself in the observer position, I would be saying, Vivian needs X, Y, Z. She really needs this. So it really helps you to distance yourself by saying your name when you look at yourself, just deciding what you need. more love, more joy, or needs not to worry. And then you can change the wording a little bit and say, you are loved or healthy or happy. You might look at yourself and say, you look anxious, or Vivian looks anxious. It's okay to feel like that. Telling yourself not to be hard on yourself. And as you're looking at yourself, notice how you're breathing. As you're looking at yourself, is there anything more that you could tell yourself? Using loving words. In the same way as you would talk to a child or a very good friend, anyone that you love. And then consciously sending yourself love. So you can imagine that as a light, if you like. So from the observed position, you can maybe imagine a beam of light coming from the observer to you as you look at yourself. Really enjoy sending the compassion, enjoy giving that light. And then I want you to change positions, swap positions. So you now come back into your body. Come right back into your body and take your awareness to the back of your eyelids. And just get a sense of how that feels in your body, having received that love. How does it feel? Do you feel more supported? Noticing how it feels in your body. Where does it feel nice? Are there any sensations of relief, release, support, knowing that you are cared for? Even if it's just from yourself, giving yourself that self love. So, from the back of your eyelids now, whatever it was that you brought in to your body, a good thing, hopefully. So, love or peace or calmness, whatever it is that you need. Maybe it might even be clarity, anything like that. Energy, maybe some better health, whatever it is, or just positivity, you know. I want you to really focus, first of all, on the word. So, love, positivity, whatever it might be. And then give it the color behind your eyelids. So, whatever you can see behind your eyelids now, depending on the light in your room, it might be a dark pink or a light pink, or there might be some orangey hues or yellow bits, or it might be just black. It could be very different for everybody, and it doesn't matter what it is. Whatever it is that you can see, bringing that word into that color, saying the word, just the word itself, silently to yourself as you look at the back of the eyelids, so that whatever the color is that you can see now, you can associate the word with the color that you can see now. And I want you to think about the emotion that the word brings. So, how the emotion feels. If it's love, it might be a feeling of warmth or just feeling cozy, protected, cared for. If it's happiness, you might feel that lightness in your chest. If you're still feeling a bit dark, just really enjoying that groundedness and that permission to not have to be any other way. You are exactly where you're meant to be right now, and this too shall pass. So, whatever it is that you're bringing in to your body, really embody it. And you can look at the back of your eyelids, bring in that sense of positivity, whatever it is, whether it's just, I am okay, I've got this, or I am loved, or I am happy. Whatever it is, just bringing it in and just saying it quietly over and over again until you start to feel it expanding in your space. And taking that also to your heart, where your heart beats, a beautiful organ in your body. And just every time you breathe in, imagine the heart is expanding with this embodiment of this emotion, this beautiful state. The heart's getting bigger on every in breath. And every out breath, softening into that experience. Letting it grow inside you. And it does help to smile. It's a physical trigger in your body that your brain recognizes. And it does help just by smiling, it does help to trigger the serotonin, your happy chemical. So it's quite nice to give it a little bit of a smile while you're sitting there. Yeah, just enjoy that space. Stay with it as long as it feels good. And also give yourself the permission to check in to this space throughout the day, even just for a minute. Just by closing your eyes and knowing that you can bring in a positive state just by thinking about it. So this is where I'm going to leave you so that you can sit there as long as you like, as long as it feels good. And I will look forward to seeing you next week. Look out for each other and look out for yourself.